There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the globe. Calling for people who willing to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of payment from them. So welcome my life with African.
I live for
Master.
Play Paris, who make you I can't Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina can I say my yamu. And yes, I know money, and more I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't clear ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't clear ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I forget it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I forget it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking for podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the globe. Calling for people who willing to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. The work with my life with African. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Good evening, people. Good evening to all of you out there, listeners. A wet Monday evening to tell you, or in fact, those of you who are still maybe on the blanket, or maybe you still covered with a little jacket, or what you may call. You know, the cold is not easy. So, it's not easy. It's been raining. You know, so many words people used to use Weber, cat and dog. You know, these are kind of things. But again, they've been raining. Since this morning, I think the rain stopped between 11 to 12 from our end here in Painesville. I don't know about your end. But again, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Today is Monday, the 22nd day in the month of June. For a matter of fact, the month of June is gradually winding down. Anytime from now on, we'll be saying bye-bye to the month of June and be welcoming the month of July. Yeah, the month of July, there are so many things happening. Sometimes people have their own, the kings and queens, the birthday people, the celebrations of so many things. But people, it's good to be back. We're back on the farm. You know the lion story, right? We're back on the farm and so many things happening. The lions, they're having some right? So the lions, they're having some introductions or something happening. Still putting their house together, fighting hard, how to control the narrative. But it's not easy. God be God. Whenever you have another plan, God too, and the people, they have their own plan. But again, people, this is the Sktv show, Truth FM 96.1. Today is Monday, like I said, and we're having a few talking points here this evening that we will tell you about. Some of you, our team member, will join us here very soon. Like Aisha, Brother Aliu, will be here with us. But this evening, drowning in drugs and drowning in flaws, right? Because it's not easy that we don't know which one are we drowning in or which one are we drowning with or moving or in fact we are managing on. So we are drowning in drugs and drowning in flaws. Who failing our youth or the young people. We will show some of the videos, some of the highlights coming from Grand Bassa County. We'll also show the bridge that in Grand Bassa that already funny way into the water. You know, when the water ran down to web things, they don't joke. So we're drowning. If I want to, you are drowning with drops and drowning with floods. Good evening, man. The show will be interesting. Help us share the show, people. For matter of fact, today's Monday. Help us share the show this evening. We're here. We're going to be here with you up to 8 o'clock. Aisha, I'm Johnson May Bankula. I know some of you don't want to hear my voice anymore. Some of you don't want to see me. But God be God. It's God that guiding us through, and it's God that always by our side. Right? Everything we are doing here, we are doing it on a pro bono level for all of you that are the Liberians. Some of you reach out, but quickly before that, our show open. We set the dual classes. Good evening again, Liberia. This is Johnson Mayban Kula. In fact, tonight we face 2 floods. We don't know about you, but again tonight we face 2 floods tonight. One of poisons in our ghettos and one of water in our communities. So I know it's not easy, but tonight you all that are listening, our Oma, our moms, our dads, and yeah, happy Father Day first to the workaholic fathers. Even though everything we do, nobody cares. People don't even have time for us. People see us as nothing. But at the end of the day, we are the engine. Let me tell you today, we are the engine that making the car or the home to run. That's why some of you who are listening right now, that they're respecting your fathers. Whenever there are no men in the home, listen though, before I bring Aliu and our other panelists on, whenever there's no man in the home, that whole home is sick. In fact, that whole home, there'll be no understanding. So learn this thing today. Anytime no man in the home, that whole home is incomplete. That's why it's good that you give men the respect. No matter, and this is getting serious. I saw a post coming from the Ghanaian president, also complaining. He posted and said, Father's Day, he said, because nobody cares about us. And it's good for us with the fathers, with the men. It's sweet for us. Because that's what can happen if you don't love yourself. The good book or the Bible said, love your neighbors as you love yourself. But because we don't love ourselves. So that's why the society is almost 100% against us. Even to the extent that the children will take care of. They see everything that in fact is their mothers who doing all of these things. So they don't care about us, the fathers. You see that? But hey man, let me bring my brother in here, brother Aliu. He's here already. Aliu, good evening, my brother. Good afternoon, good morning. I don't know what is the network. I don't know what you see me. Okay, good. I'm seeing you, brother Ali. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Good afternoon from my end, Mayborn, and good afternoon to our listening audience and followers. And it's glad being here again. Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Mayborn, can you hear me? I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Wow. I don't know. Wow.
Can you guys hear me in the comment section?
Ali, we're not getting you though. I don't know what is coming from your end.
Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear. I'm hearing you.
Wow. No, you are coming in broken though. We are not getting you that. Yes, you are getting me, but maybe yeah, we may not get you though. That's the thing. So let me see. Let me bring Mr. Dishu on and see maybe what I Mr. Dishu, good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, good night. You hear me clear, Mayborn?
Yes, I'm getting you loud and clear. You are far better than other Ali. Go ahead.
I heard Ali very clear, and I heard you clear. So I don't know what happening. Maybe one of another device Ali might be having, because he also today he's not at the computer. So let him check out. But yeah. But
yes, you are correct. But go ahead.
Yeah. Today we're waiting. I see that you got the flood out, and you already stated that 2 types of flood: the drought flood and the water flood. So we are here to share what we know, and we're here to tell the brown people the real thing, what we know. So until then, until the discussion go on, I'm here to keep up with the conversation. Thank you.
Great. Aliu already joined us maybe for the second time. Let me see. Aliu, go ahead, my brother. What are you getting us? If you're getting us, then go ahead.
Can you hear me now, Mabel?
At least you are far better now. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Dishi. Good afternoon, Mabel. Good afternoon to our listening audience and follower Ali Masadi, Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Glad to be here. How was the weekend? As a family, and lastly, how Mama Labira.
Well, my brother, everything from my end, as usual, the weekends do, and we move on with the football game, entertainment, and so forth. So, socially, yes, my weekend always unique. Politically, maybe things that happen to our country at large, yes, we are still behind when it comes to all of the happening of the day because mind you, you will not be able to eat. Then you see your neighbor sleeping, maybe have, or in fact no food for them, and you think that maybe that you are happy. So yes, for some of us, nothing like that make us happy. But at the end of the day, we just have to live as human. But we okay. The drugs issues still continue, even though there are so many names that have been listed by the Ministry of Justice. They had their press conference and they were able to put out so many names, people of interest, and at long last, some of the names or some of the people of interest, according to information, they have been arrested or they have been, in fact, someone turned themselves over and only, I think, only the taxi driver, according to some of their supporter or some of the people who are investigating or allegedly who they then giving their footages and videos to that indeed the taxi driver was arrested. But I don't think that the government ever made that pronouncement. But again, that's what they said. So we all will follow that thing because most of the photos and the video that came out, the government having debunked or they haven't said anything of such. But again, the drugs issue still taking another trend. Liberians, they want to know as who own the drugs or where the drugs come from and who are those cartels behind the drugs. So there are so many questions that answer into the public mind or into the public lane. Then again, today the rain, the heavy rainfall today back home in Liberia and Ayusha. The flooding is everywhere. People, homes, they are frustrated with the water entering their various homes. All of the drainages are all been flushed because of that. All of the roads are all filled with water back to back. And I think the rain started between 10 to 11. So by this time, I think some of the roads now may be clear. But I think it's very, very serious that our people are going through a lot. To also talk about some part of Grand Bassa County where the connection between the Grand Bassa University and that of the bridge that have been caught that in the deplorable conditions that have been training on the social media. Yeah, my brother, we're okay. We're still watching and seeing maybe there'll be changes into the governance. We don't know yet. But so many things are happening. Our people are still frustrated and their hope are still high from their leaders. And quickly in passing, they today they also Senate today also call for hearing on the I think the political parties about the issue of these some of the NEC reform, election commission, or stuff that had to do with the percentage or the rule of the laws and so forth, so many clause as to what's going to happen. So yeah, so today so many political parties they were seen to that at the order of Senate to have dialogue to find the way forward as to how so many laws can be talked about, why the way forward for so many laws. So yeah, so far so good, my brother. We're okay and we're good to go back home in Liberia.
Oh, thank you, Mabel. Thank you for Mr. Dishu.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the update. That's the headline. We can dive into it now. So that's it. We are here.
Yes, on the drug business, as how we're going to start off because that's the hottest issue in the public.
And
And
yeah, Mr. Tishu, quick, let's just do it this way. Since today the rain started already, let's just finish with the flooding. Then maybe don't
Yeah,
close it with
but
a drug. But yeah.
you carry on. You carry on, Levon. You carry on.
All right. So yeah. So today, let me show this video. I think this have to do with the Grand Bassa County University, where the road that are connecting that part of where the students go. The road also in fact.
Because as soon as the people curse, they bring oh my God, what a God blessing situation for the people. So
Wonderful. Okay, so but Ali said, Mr. Did you want us to start off with this? I don't know what say you, but this is frustrating. And I think I heard that the government will be going to Grand Bassa County to celebrate the Independence Day. That will be the July 26th. I don't know how they're going to do it, but all of the millions, all of the monies, all of the gold and diamonds and everything that coming from some of the counties, some of the places. This is the life of the young people. They are drowning in drugs and they are drowning in floods. I don't know how we're going to do it. But what say you first with the flooding?
Maybe thank you there. We in empathy with the people of Grand Bassa County what they are going through today. Like I just watched, what you just show where in there's a flood today, heavy downpour of rain. I saw what's happening in Monrovia today. That Grand Bassa County, they have been cut off. But maybe let me tell you something. Every one of us here, we get children. We are all fathers. And our people in the comment section, they are all mothers. They are fathers as well. When you born your child, you have to bring your child up in a way that that child will be able to benefit themselves and then the child will benefit you. Because if my mother don't or my parents don't bring me out for me to be a good child, I can be productive and useful in society, how am I going to benefit them? I will be useless, and at the end of the day, they will lose all her 9 months, all the time it took to raise me for me to get big. I become useless to them. So you should always bring your child up in a way that the child will be able to benefit him or herself. Then they will be able to take care of you, the parent. So that's just it. If you have government, we have people what the guy named from Grand Bassa there. What the senator now, man, he in the hall there. I think he was sending protest. That's one guy, female foreign minister. That's a country. All the time he
Mm-hmm.
been in government for early time, George Weah Town, Lovely Kanga Lawrence. Since you people don't want to benefit yourself, you will not benefit your people. These are some of the things. That's the country you're from. You will sit in our house, all the bill, all the budget and thing from time to time. Look at that bridge. You expect people like Besson Gafinde, Young and other people that you expect to see that kind of bridge in that county wherein they are extracting minerals from there, taking it out of the country. What is coming back to the people of Grand Bassa County? So if you can benefit yourself, you will not benefit your people. So this is why the people, when it comes to election, we have to stop this thing of voting on tribal line, religious line, on friendship and whatsoever. You expect to see that kind of reaching Grand Bassa County with all the money activities that are going on there. They get railroad, they're hauling iron, hauling mineral from there. Look at that bridge. Today the water has carried. These are things that you can look at and you tell those concessionaires that in the county, oh yes, even though the people also give you money for county development for what are you people doing with the money looking at that kind of bridge in that place? Do you expect to see that kind of bridge there? In as much as you can benefit yourself, you will not benefit the people. That is it there. We feel for the people of Grand Bassa County, those teachers, students, they have been caught up today. But this is so sad. This is why we're always talking some of these things. Let elect people who will put the interest of the citizen, the
Mm.
country, or the country that they were to represent above their personal interest. But when we elect those people, they only there for themselves. Mr. Dishu, that's it. There.
Yes, maybe before Mr. Tishu come on, but Aliu, I think you said it. This is an old age problem, and some of us, when I decided to share some of the flooding, some of the videos, and some of our brothers were also on some of our posts commenting, talking about, oh yeah, when people eat in a car, they take it, they chunk it down. So that's the reason why some of the Tunisia are crushed. So I'm like, I don't even know. Do we really force sometimes to just maybe back people sometime when they are doing wrong thing, or just because so that they can see all that, oh yes, that maybe that we are commenting, or maybe that we forgot. But no, even if Mayborn eat maybe quote or corn and throw the corn, after their love for all these things, after people are working, in fact, that they are being paid to monitor people. So how come all of our juniors are all being clutched? Even to this DuPont road, nobody eating corn and throwing it down. Nobody eating plenty and throwing it maybe banana or maybe actually make any fruit or something and put it right in there. But go and see the drainage, they all crushed because of sand. So you want to me that put in sand? Look, we just paying people Aliu free money. Let me be frank. Some of you, maybe you can say any kind of word that you want to say tonight, but I believe that we pay people and they are not working. Or maybe we don't really have that workforce. I saw one of my brothers also commenting in that year, in Rwanda. Oh, in Rwanda, everywhere is clean. You can't take anything and truck. We will look at place that is clean 100% and take even plastic or even paper and put it there. I want to see that person. And also, when you have system that monitoring things, the reason why people give these drivers tickets is because of violation. So a member walk down the road and take plenty peelings or maybe something and throw it down right on the road. Amen. That member be punished. But to have this kind of flint poor excuse, people can be eating in the car, they take it, they turn it down. What they no. When you have poor system, when you have weak system, when you have bad leadership, that what can happen. So at the end of the day, Aliu, we continue to see ourselves 20 years. See us, see Vatan, Honorable Edwin Mavis poster, Mr. Benedict Kais, voting today. Oh, I see the person, this should be a number one priority. That Vatan and they know the reason why the water always sitting right there. But they pretend. So thousands of people can suffer from it. People's phone will get damaged. People's property will get damaged. In fact, people even got injured for these things. Just because of certain people sitting on something somewhere down there, they don't want to pull head on them or maybe let them just enjoy themselves. So the government can pay for these things just to have a free flow. Okay, we build a mansion. Okay, say you build a mansion, please, the mansion causing trouble for us. And not because of you living in a mansion, thousands or millions of people will have to suffer. So we have to relocate you. We pay you for the mansion, for somewhere else to go and live. Please. That's it. But Aliu, every time we don't look for excuses. We look for all
Neighbor,
yes.
sorry, I don't really know what's going on because that area you're talking about, Vatan, Chastero Town, any 12 years, we are 6 years, that Vatan, that senior town. I already know what the government doing about that place. They want to tell me all the BB engineers that they get in Lablo up to now, they haven't yet discovered the reason why every rainy season, every year, that place always flooded like that. They want to tell me they get engineers there that can really study the water table to know the cause of the flood. Since 12 years of Madam Sadi, 6 years of George Weah, this is another 3 years now of Joseph Wakai. So what the engineers are doing in that place, the public work ministry, what are they doing? All those DB engineering things. You see, That place will remain like that. Joseph Baka said definitely another government can again, another say there, theater and writer that place. What's better the cause? If these stores are the cause of that thing, like you say, let us see what they can do to relocate them and solve the problem.
Simple as
That's
ABC.
all.
Remove these
When you people
stores.
make it, you say development can with P, development can with P. You will go to Mark Manap and Flomo and let me in a chicken hut. You break it down. You say development can with P. Why if you have investors in the country today that they trying to go to the bourgeois island and that kind of water?
Okay.
They see they in the city, not even right in the city, in the middle of the city, that kind of thing happening.
Okay. And brother Ali,
I,
before
I,
Mr.
I
Tiju come
really
out.
get it. These are some of the things you're breaking the people there that are selling petroleum green to build a zero right now. You're breaking it down. You say development can with P. You're looking at Clarotown, you're looking at Alberta, you're looking at Senior Town, like always flooded. And you know the problem. But because I want people there, and the money people, you know what tell you they are untouchable.
They know the
Liberia, eh?
problem. They,
And you
they,
know, I
they, they,
think this,
they,
you have about said it all. You have said it all. Maybe made some certain point, and you came up with a reality point. What I'm saying is what we have been seeing on SKTV, that Liberia is a failed state. We're just talking because of our people. You know, we're hoping that our people will get better living condition. But it's a failed state. Every structure of that government is messed up. You know, so if you're talking about those who supposed to be doing their work, checking out and reporting these different cases to public works, you know, coordinating all the work together, like how it used to be, I think we got a far way to go because people are not in the interest. I mean, the government is not in the interest of the people. This is a very serious problem. Which ministry or government agency that we have been seeing in recent times in the last 2, 3 years that have been totally in the interest of the Liberian people? It has been hard for us to point out one or two. The reason is that because everybody is doing their own thing. The government, the head of the government, who is the president, had given his authority to the vice president and other key holders within the government. He only make decisions after they have come out together, set up their plan, and give it to the president to either make a speech or to come out with policies that they believe will be in the interest of them and the government. And they're being very selfish. Look how long Yummy Kanga Lawrence been in there as a senator. Huh? Wasaga Finley. None of those people have taken that interest in looking at the structure of Grand Bassa to see the deficiency, to see the breaches, the school and things that read it down, for them to help only election time. Only election time, you find the people coming out, oh, we're going to fix that bridge, oh, we're going to do this school, and they blindfold the people, and after they have been elected, they take them the next 6 years or 9 years, because they are senators 9 years before the people will be able to get them out. So they are stuck in it. So it's a game. It's a pattern in which they have been playing a particular game, and the brown people have not caught up with it yet. So in a serious problem, neighbor. We're in a serious problem for now and the future. Because we don't see anybody trying to craft good policy or good law that will benefit the Liberian people. So under them, we are here, neighbor. Continue.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Tishu, quickly in closing on the entire flooding issue. So, people, you know, when you don't have system, like Mr. Tishu just said, that what can happen. Even up to now, people say building structures. Even my own deacon, he still building structure. Even to where he lives, where I want to say the man not on the attic, but he's surrounded by attic. He's still building the structures. We don't know as to what's going to happen in the next time or years from now on. Because the issue of flooding is something that we all got to take serious consideration on. Like Ali said, We can be having engineers. We send people to school. We give them scholarship. They go all around the world to learn. When they come back, then your people start suffering. You can't find solution to the problem. I don't even understand. So if somebody somewhere setting on something that Ali said, and maybe because that person is causing trouble for thousands of people, look, let's break it down. Now they turn that for Senator who can talk and say, yeah, that go to that one time for and see as to what the cause of the water and every time when rain fall, they play always like this. What's the cause? Can we know the reason why they play always like this? If you don't want for them, maybe because the people suffering. People's phones are getting damaged. Now I come back to Grand Bassa. This is not Grand Bassa alone. These are things. And like you said, these politicians will use the same people who struggling here. Let me, if I may play the video. There were some of all we no longer look. Some of you who said to the viewer at high centers, you call yourself intellectuals, you call yourself this and that. You are fooling yourself and damaging your own life and the life of your own family members. These same people step on you like this. Look at the kind of thing. Look at the kind of breach today. 4-person cross. But they were not able to come back. And these same 4 people that cross the bridge tomorrow, they will come by and say, this other senator or the other senator is the best. But we come by here and say, no. Then you see on the Mayborn against. Yes, we are against the terrible attitude of our government or of our officials. That's what some of us we are against. Nobody against people prospering or people making better lives. No. But if the system is terrible, then we have to stand up to talk for our people. Because look, those days are gone where once upon a time they will say they conjure for certain people. Yeah, you know that people think you will not talk inside. No, my children, I'm tuning them. That this country for all of us. Don't allow anybody to even look down on you to make it look like you are, or maybe you don't have right. They are the only group of people that have right. Because maybe they send their children outside. Where are their children today? The bridge court. But every time the budgets are there, monies are there. But they take the monies, send their children, send their family members outside. Do you really force to send people outside for training? Why can't you build your own? So all these things come back to all of your features. Send people out. The same people that you send out, I can see most of our young comrades outside in other countries. After they comment in here, they look at it. Somebody better their own. They make their house fine. You go there. Then you commenting from there. You say you have that supporting politician back home. Something may be wrong with you. So some of you, that's it. At the bridge court. I don't know whether our children, whether they even go to school again, maybe for the few time. Nobody knows.
Like I said, when they say development come with pain, that's a real development that come with pain. Because every 12 years, we are 6 years now, Bakaita. But now, those people, they know the cause of that floor all the way to that Bata area. They know. But because of the money people there and the other, maybe the people private building over there, they renting it to the money people, Indian people, and other people. So they can't touch those ones. But we are that they are zero for selling petroleum green. They will go break it down. They say development can within. They put away in the corner there. They say the alleyway you're making them homeless. These are places that you're supposed to break that to when the people got ready for Guinea. When they say development can within, maybe you see 10-15-story building, they're breaking it down to ground level. Today, when you see the drainages in creating, that's why we call development can within. But not to go somebody that said petroleum green to base zero, you say the product alleyway, you go break it and you say development can within. When the real places that is supposed to break down to get the country of good place live, you can't touch it because why it for BB people.
20 years.
So that's it.
20 years that Vata and Jabella have years in, years out. And we think that is not. Do you know how many people property getting damaged on every day? Some of you don't care.
You put your car in that water, you know what it means. You see, that's a serious problem. One time I left my car right to Bedema there. I had to go motor papa all the way around Galave way to go home because I couldn't put it in that kind of water. You see? But Liberia there for us.
Charles, you are saying, man, dear brother. Oh, okay. Yes, I can show the bridge, my people. Don't worry. I will show the bridge. Like you are saying, Charles, they will go back for the same people. Charles, they will go back for the same people, making their parents to look like, and let me tell you, oh God, you can't even the bridge yet. You can't.
If people say have been so out, the people have been,
I can't. I saying I want to say quickly before maybe I run out of talk. You can easily differentiate the issue because, like, for example, Melbourne is not educated. Melbourne struggling through the rain and sun, everything, just to send his children to school. Then my children go to school and come back and tell me the same people who put us into poverty, they are the best. Look, I don't know, yeah. Just that's yeah. Go ahead with the issue so I can play the video.
yeah, let me hear from what you just said. That's why I said the country have been so owned by the government, and the political parties have bought the individuals or people, and the country is just in a big mess at this particular time. So the voters will never vote for the real people. They will vote for only those who they have interest and those who are giving them something. And that has eroded our society. And this is a plot at this particular time, every election time. That particular bridge you're talking about, it will only be heard about during election time or coming to election time. The people are suffering at a particular time. Election time is coming. When the people start the campaign, this bridge here will be one of the things that everybody will be competing on. So there are three persons that are running for senators there. Those three persons will find strategy in how to fix the bridge. At the only time we'll hear about it. Our Liberian people, I'm so sorry that you can't make decision of your own. If you had an opportunity to make decision of your own, I think you'll be able to make better decisions. But all the decisions that you're making is in favor of those who have already convinced you that they are the best. And after they have gotten into office, it's a mess.
Thank you, Mr. Disho. So that means, in short, for me, I'm still trying hard. I'm still fighting hard to stay comprehend, or maybe to still get something straight between the educated and the non-educated. Because for me, Salvador, I think the non-educated people, I think they make better decisions though, because they don't easily vote for some of the quote-unquote lawmakers that sometimes that turn around until the children bring the same people back to them. Almost like Melbourne here. I move from here, I go in my district. I take somebody who already is a fair politician. And I get the person, I start giving the person to my people. Start saying, start doing all kinds of things just because, quote unquote, so I can easily survive with some kind of thing. You think when the system were better? You think you'll be fighting for jobs?
And maybe that's why when Simeon Famous said that we shouldn't elect poor people, and people started going after him, the Ministry of Man and Power Court, they started saying this, they started saying that. And in my mind, when he say we shouldn't vote for poor people, that doesn't mean that, oh yes, but look at somebody, look at the person's achievement, look at their character, look at the person, their integrity, what they stand for, what they have achieved for themselves. Vote for somebody who can at least show something that they have done for themselves, that you will say, oh, like I said, maybe if your child cannot benefit he or herself, they will not benefit you. So if you will just look at me, I got nothing to show for all the years that I live for. There is no achievement, nothing I could achieve for my very self. Then I tell you, say, oh yeah, maybe vote for me, I will transform your life.
I'm telling you.
All these years, I couldn't transform my own life. You see, then you coming to entrust me with your vote to go and represent you to transform your life. This is what the men were talking about. Look at the person, their success story, what they have achieved for themselves. You are not trying to say that somebody had to be millionaire or billionaire or whatsoever before you vote for them. But look at the person's success story. What have they achieved for themselves? Look at their character, what they stand for. But this is why we have to stop some of these things, and this is why we continue to cry on lawmakers. You go vote for somebody. There are some people who want to contest the 2029 election. Since 2023 or 2024, they have been working, they saving money, they working, they saving money. During election time, now they come and take that money now to be running campaign. We the Liberia people, they get money, see how Mabel spending, see how Mabel doing it. You know how many years Mabel took, he been saving that money? Now the money now you will see Mabel buy you t-shirt, Mabel buy you back or where you go vote for Mabel. And Mabel was just saving that money for election, yeah. But look at Mabel's story. What Mabel still, but what have he achieved for himself that he's going to represent you, that he will transform your life? So Mabel couldn't transform his own life. What made you think that when you go over there, you focusing on himself? All these years I live for, I'm not able to do nothing for myself. See how my life looking. Now I'm a representative, I'm a senator. Maybe we focus on what developing himself before you. Also, sometimes he will not even say thing about you. And this is why Mr. Freeman was trying to say, but people started to insult him. Why? Because he called Joseph Wakani. But that was just the fight.
Thank you.
We Liberian people, we had to change.
We will look at one of these days, maybe on Wednesday, and look at who make the better decisions when it comes to elections. What are our people who are not educated or the one who claim to be educated? We will look at some of these things and see as to whether maybe they are part of the lion story, because the lion talk about that for example, somebody advocated that they come. They all tend to former advocates. So you see, so the lion story are all real. So maybe Wednesday we'll look at electoral process. Some will already see the Senate talking about electoral reform and so forth. On Wednesday, maybe tomorrow we'll look at that. But I bring Brother AB on. AB, good evening, my dear brother. What's up? AB? Mr. Kone? Let me see. I don't know what Mr. Kone read. Mr. Kone?
It's too patient.
Hello.
All right. So, yeah, Mr. Kone, go ahead.
How you doing, everyone? Let me say good afternoon to Aliyu and my dear brother Dishi, and good afternoon to the followers. You know, I heard you guys talking about the flood situation in Monrovia and then that of the breach situation in Buchanan. Listen, one of the problems in Liberia there, especially Monrovia, we got to understand that generally Monrovia is a lowland area. That's one. Two, the drainage system in Liberia, yes, the construction work, especially the development of other people right now, is impeding some of it, but equally so, the drainage system in itself, everything became obsolete in that place during the war. And because of that, even that vital area you're talking about, the drainage system over there is now functioning. So regardless of what kind of structure they will break down or whatever they would do over there, demolish and so forth, as long as the drainages that you see over there, guys, those things have been clogged since the war in that country. And they had never been, even the roads that they are fixing over there, they're not opening the drainages into the proper, because those things supposed to be directed towards the Maserado River over there and other things, but it's not happening. That's the reason why every little thing, even at the city hall area there, the drainage system is supposed to be passing under the building and going down towards the sea and other places, but they are not functioning. So that's why every little place you see, by the time it rains for a day or so, the place gets flooded. Yes, it's not so much of those buildings that people are building in alleyways and other places, but the drainage system itself. So the water and sewer and other people over there, that although they're fixing the pumps and this and that, fixing the pump, not all. What made you think you got all these the overflow of feces in the street in Waterside and then that of American Street area? Because the drainage not going anywhere, Mabon. They are not going, so the drainage system is a problem over there. It needs to be visited. Not so much of just going about demolishing people's properties and then put it on the notion, oh, they're in the alleyway and so forth. Yes, the alleyway is a problem, but the drainage system, to the best of my knowledge, since the crisis in our country, have been a problem over there. They have not visited those areas. I think that's one thing. And lastly, the Buchanan, that bridge that going to the college over there, I think that right. Play, we'll talk about it.
It is disconnected. So the people of Pinsbury can no longer access Buchanan. The people coming from Buchanan can no longer access the Pinsbury. So we were on the scene and the bridge got disconnected. The center point collapsed. So 4 women came from the cross. As soon as they crossed, the entire bridge collapsed, the center point. So they are going, thanking God for collapse. It is disconnected. So the people of Pinsbury can no longer access Buchanan. The people coming from Buchanan can no longer access the Pinsbury. So we were on the scene and the bridge got disconnected. The center point collapsed. So 4 women came from the cross. As soon as they crossed, the entire bridge collapsed.
Wonderful. Go ahead. Go ahead,
maybe the problem with that bridge it being a protracted issue over there. And the county legislative caucus and that of the county administration, I think they have been lackadaisical about it in our country, in our county, Grand Bassa County. Mind you got a company over there that they have given they give money. But,
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It has not been a priority of the county legislative caucus to prioritize that bridge. Maybe. So it lasts in a preview. Why a Salameta is over there? All of the incentives again, other countries don't have the incentives. Why can't they redirect some of the resources to that place time immemorial, especially when you got a college and thing over there? And every time I see people, kids going over there, they got to be getting the kind of risky situations getting into it every time. It lies in the preview of the legislative caucus, especially now that you got teeth to bite. Like this is not the first time. Grand Bassa have had 3 pro temps now. Numpli is the third one. Mayu, Broskin was a pro temp over there. Benso Garfino was a pro temp. Now today you got Numpli Kanga as a pro temp, a decision maker in government. What are they doing when it comes to those things? So to go around and buy and put one hand point here, the legislator doing X, Y, Z, they ain't doing anything over there. It's a priority of the county, infrastructure wise. But it's said that the whole time being completely demolished.
Thank you. Maybe one of these days also maybe we'll recommend to central government that allow the viewer counties to have their own budget and then they operate, because as long we're saying that maybe that we policy democracy, I think like most of the countries now operate. Like for example, if Grand Bassa County will be having 50 million or into the maybe the national budget, and that money will be managed by Grand Bassa County, that money will be managed by the Grand Bassa County. Instead of us just be seeing everything should be coming from central government. What
maybe to that point, let me just hold you there right there. To that point, there is county development fund allocated budgetarily, right? But the bureaucracy that surround it is yeah.
I agree with you. That's the bureaucracy. I don't want any more so that, for example, if we have superintendent elected, maybe or maybe governor in that form, maybe we can make it look like governor and let the people be able to control their own monies. Then every year or maybe every time, every 3 months or every 6 months, they will get report to the central government. For example, when something happens in Grand Bassa, we'll not be waiting for the police force president to come in and address. Look, we got to graduate from certain thing, my brother AB. We still living in the kind of until President Boga be happy before everybody be happy. If the new president come, until the other president be happy before everybody be happy. This kind of thing we got to stop. We have to stop. And the one making the entire country just looking the way the country look, because local country don't even have our own resources, or she don't even have control of our own budget. Only that kind of development for what kind of money will pass through all of the bureaucracy that you talk about before reaching to the people. Yeah, all the structure will just be incomplete. But again, we got to move anything. Because
just to add on to what you're stating, to certify the president is one thing, but if you got a teeth to bite as a legislator, you're not just ordinary legislator. You are the pro tem, and you are a part of the rescue mission because you are a rescue mother or whatever it is.
I think when this thing happened, I'm saying I think when this kind of thing happen, at the end of the day, to the lawmakers, at least that pressure that on them, I think it will go away a little bit, because sometimes we share most of the blame on them. At the end of the day, when you go do your background investigation, sometimes the bureaucracy do that. They can go to get all the funding and all the money or something, they don't even get it. For me, that's most of the thing. I don't complete waste of our time. Why can we not put everything back down to the country?
Then you educate your people on it. Let us see that you are fighting for it. Let us see that you're standing up for it. But you can't just be passive on it year in, year out, and you expect at the end of the day, then the people kind of say, oh yeah, but when the person is doing something, say something. When you see something, say something. Hey, bro?
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. So that's it, people. With the drainage and flooding and so forth, all these things are just normal thing. We're paying people, some of the people who are cleaning here and there. Look, let's be frank and let's say true to truth. And let's say true to power, whosoever person. Even right now, as we speak, when you go red light, you feel bad. And people have been paid to do their work. Let's be frank. Because that's why people are paying taxes. So even if John Brown throw that down, okay, let's agree that John Brown throw that down. Someone should be there to pick it, or maybe to pick that there up. Maybe if that doesn't go into the trash bin, or maybe the trash can, or actually call. At the end of the day, someone should be there to always take that debt. That's why you have been paid for. So all these poor excuses, they can take the place. Okay, how about the people? Nobody trained there, but go see all the places. So they sing. The road by itself is sin. Even not there, those only places not there, but sin. We got bastards and you stop supporting most of the bad behavior.
I mean, it's just horrible. Take for instance, look at Japan Freeway. All the waters that they put in the middle of the road, it's a dump site today.
Okay.
It's a dump site today. So I mean, I don't know how to put it together, because people gotta be here accountable, and they gotta be. Let's say you gotta be your own responsible for your own safety. You know. Again, man, it is what it is.
I think that you have made with all of these things, which the public knows.
I don't know how to put it
about, but you have realized that nobody has been talking about the accountability or why these things are not being done. It's because they all into a clique. Everybody got their own thing to do. I told you there's 3 types of government within this government: the UP, the rescue, and the how you call it, the helping verb. So when these things are happening, if a helping verb is helping such area, and he happens to
this thing you get freaking
no accountability, check up on him, he will do what as he pleases. So there's a serious thing, what everybody doing their own thing. I don't think the country is going to turn around right now, because until we get rid of all these stumbling blocks, it's hard. It's hard.
Which one is a happy verse?
And to our sister, because you always get regular with us, for let me say good evening to you, Carolyn. There are 4 my sister. People bill anywhere. People put that to the place. Excuse me, I come in, or to the person who won't come in. People bill places. Where is the government that somebody will be billing somewhere and no government couldn't see them? Where? Then you're telling us that maybe they will not have government. If people are just building illegal, they're building places, and nobody giving them right or permit or what kind of structure to build somewhere, they just go there and build. Then I mean they will not have government or my sister. That means we're just living on our own. Seriously, even to the debt issue, yes. Some of us here we pay for the CBE or the community people to come and collect our debt. But do you know even the government ourselves will be making money for the debt collections? How many times people pack debt to places, stores, shops, even stores and shops? Nobody can go there. They see certain mayors or they say the people you see them, they'll be collecting money from the people to even collect the people debt. That's problem. So Caroline, they all stop saving me. If I even bail horse on a new road and the government not stop me, that means no government. Simple as ABC. Why should Melbourne bail horse on the road? Then nobody stop Melbourne. They want to hear something about even here and there. Don't blame nobody, man. There, blame the poor system. Blame our people who have been taking pay or who still taking pay, who taking salaries and making it to look like let the system work for itself. But how do it look? People get salaries, they take pay. Some of them they send homes. I see people. Yeah, I see people who will be complaining, they're not paying us, but they get salary, they take pay, they send home. They send home, they collect the pay when more end. They're not working. Then you want to come blame who? Don't blame nobody. Blame the system.
Maybe the whole thing is systematic failure. Liberia don't have a system.
Are you?
Yes.
When I get into, I think maybe your
Big.
network.
Well, yeah,
But why? Mr. Connor, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
But when they not hearing me.
Yeah, that's from that problem.
Let me go out and come back in, maybe.
Are you? Because you people said before that you're Ali, but I'm not even hearing, and you had to go off. But again, Mr. Dishu and that Mr. Connor, we'll leave you people. I'll leave to be talking about the drugs issue. When we come back, we'll join you. I think there are so many claims and counterclaims. We're still waiting on the government to tell us exactly who are the rightful owner of the drugs or who own the drugs, because these are questions we'll be asking. Who get the drugs? Or who own the drugs? Because we tell them we all need people, interest people. So that because of these people today, that's why the government wasted all of our times talking about, this case is sensitive. The case, in fact, we had to go behind closed door. Even the House of Representatives were even talking about going behind closed door. So at the end of the day, it's just because of what we have, or the names, tested driver, and so forth, and what we hear. But anyway, quickly, maybe on the junior issue before we conclude for me. Okay, Ali, we're talking. Ali, go ahead. I don't know why you just keep going out. Let me see you again. Let me see. Okay, go ahead, Ali.
Yeah, because everybody was hearing me, you were not hearing me. That's why I went out. Can you hear me now?
Loud. You are far better.
Thank you. Yes, I was just concluding on what you said about the drainage. I said this whole thing is all about system. Liberian lack of system in every sector. Until we can build up this system, we are not going anywhere anytime soon as a nation. Like you said, if you get the Nuku town, people building houses in Nuku town, people are renting in Nuku town. They should have people within the entire Nuku town. Government should have people within the same community that are there to collect garbage from people's houses. Every house you get like a trash can. Okay, your woman call her pan bottle whatsoever they pull our trash over there. If they say every Thursday they coming to collect, they come to collect and they know where to carry. These are some of the things. When you're collecting, you're carrying it to an area, and then another people coming taking it from there, carrying it to the real waste bin. That's why everything we don't have a system. If you say because somebody ate banana in the car, they throw it there in the street, somebody drank water. Even though yes, it's supposed to be like that. But you think if the streets are clean, that will happen? No. You see, we don't do some of those comparisons. But like for here, every area you go, sometimes you see, even in certain part of the street, you see trash. Like for me, I always get trash can in my car. When I reach to a gas station, I empty my trash. I get my trash can in my car. Sometimes when I reach somewhere, we should be able to have trash can all on brush in the entire city, all across. You see that people can go and put trash. So if you just drink a plastic or sack of water, you hold that plastic in your hand when you reach the intersection, bro, and get it. There's a trash bin there. You just put it inside. Let's see you dashing it in the street, like you said. You will see the whole street clean, then you go drink a plastic or water and just throw it on the street. No, you will not do it. Even in the community. But government, they don't think of this thing. Liberia, every sector in the country, the system private, there is no system. Now what causing most of this thing? Like I said, that Clarendon, Vata, whatsoever, the government had to take a real measure to see what they can do. They can't be sending people whole year, every year, government can be sending people engineer, they going for study, they coming with PhD, master. Nobody able to discover or to know what is the problem with Vata, Clarendon, Senior Town area about water sitting over there every year. There is a waste of using taxpayer money to be sending the people to go abroad for study. It's a waste of taxpayer money. Thank you. Bebo, are you there?
Yes, so I think how to leave you people for the next 15 minutes. I will join you later on after the 15 minutes break.
Okay.
Yes, Messi just made another record. He scored a hat trick last time, and today he has scored 2 goals, and he has 5 goals right now in the World Cup. So it's another
Yeah,
record.
Argentina just won the game 2-0.
Yeah, I know. Cristiano Ronaldo is pissed off because uh, he has shown that he cannot make it in this particular World Cup, and he's forcing himself to be part of it. Hoping that his record will be part of that with Messi. But I believe they play different style of football. Messi is a natural born killer in the game, man. I watched the game and I saw his 2 goals. That was great. Now back to the drug business. Maybe do you know that there's a lot of information that we have not done research on? We got to start to do some research. Did you hear about this Nigerian? I mean, about this nurse who came from England and went to Liberia and was caught with drugs at Brussels airport. You heard about that?
Hello?
Hello?
You said what, Mr. Did you?
There was a student, a nursing student from England that traveled and went to Liberia. And while in Liberia, when she was about to come, the family that she was with, or whosoever she was with, said that they were packing her bag for her, and she should not open the bag until she reached in England. She got on the flight and got caught up in Brussels airport. And they asked her where she got the drug from. She said that she don't know anything about the drug business. But they asked her where she was coming from, and she said she was coming from Nigeria. She was sent to court here in Belgium. And what happened was that a lawyer was pleading that she was pregnant and she didn't know much about what happened. People packed her bag. But the Belgian rectors, who are the judges here, decided to put 40 months. She's supposed to stay in jail for 40 months. Now, what was concerning that I brought this out was that if such a thing had happened, why wasn't the Liberian government informed, or if the Liberian government informed rather, why do they make this a check out? Because this is another part of the credibility of our passport and the people who are traveling as Liberians. This is getting very, very serious because if that happened, they say it happened last year, December. So I'm trying to do some research on it to find out what date, so I'll be able to get the actual information and put it on SKTV here in the chat room for us to discuss it. But this is a very, very serious issue here. Very serious. Because then and there, we have been on the trademark already from the different agencies here in Europe. They have been power marking the Liberian people because if that woman was caught coming from Nigeria with drugs and caught to the airport here in Belgium, that raises a serious alarm. Now, the people are going to backtrack that particular case. Why the Liberian government they didn't take up that case to find out which family the woman actually was with when she was in Liberia? How did she pass the airport in Liberia with such a package? That means to say the cartel have been set up in Liberia in the last 3-4 years. You don't ever notice it because this thing is going from people bringing in drugs to people exporting drugs out of Liberia. This is a very serious case. In our first thing, when I start to talk about the drug business, I talked about this cellular connection, about how this boy who was wanted here in Europe and wanted around the world for setting up factories, and he was a very, very big time boy, just 35, between 35 and 39 years old. He is heading the cartel for the European side. So the South Americans, the cartel there are using him to run their business here in West Africa because
Let's go.
they have they have been close up on them here in Europe and elsewhere. So they're using our rock, which is the seaside now, to bring in the drugs from South America or whatever it's coming from into Liberia and Sierra Leone, and from there they can send it back to Europe and elsewhere as how they want it to be. So there's a very, very serious investigation that is going on, and I hope that the names that they have been calling, we're hearing that Paul King want witness protection, because he said he has a lot to talk about. So this morning I was listening to on the OKFM, and they had the head of the protection, the man who had the protection program there in Liberia, and he was stating that uh, Paul King was with them at that particular time that he was talking. He was in the office, and they were finding ways in how to protect him because they have a contract which is in the law to protect the whistleblowers. So if Paul King going to be a whistleblower, or Paul King going to be a state witness, or Paul King going to be a suspect, the one we're all waiting to hear at this particular time. Because he's going to be a whistleblower, that means to say it was bigger hands than him that brought the thing to them to be shipped out of Liberia. So the investigation, the people must do it well. That will be able to get the facts out of it to protect our image and those who travel on the Liberian passport. It's a very serious case, Abraham and Alio.
Well, the thing about it is that Paul came, from my understanding, I think you say you arrived in Liberia yesterday, you were apprehended, correct? Look, listen, the scenario you talk about, the lady traveling, first and foremost, the point of inception, where you're exposing this country over and over to unnecessary scrutiny that will embarrass the citizenry over and over. Because if people coming through your point of entry, your point of exit, and you're not detecting those things, it's just indicating that, or you're detecting it and allowing it to slide through, it's just indicating that you are colluding for the transshipment of these things. You understand? Because
Yes.
if assuming that the lady got a baggage that went through your system, why couldn't you detect it from way out of Liberia until she had to reach to England? Because if it had been apprehended from that place, because look, I have traveled through that airport before. Ordinary, maybe like you got thermosine or something in your bag. The guy will detect it, sometimes they will call you behind it. You got to get a little money here and there before they even like some personal things that you're going to use it. How much more does the consignment of those things coming over there? Are you not detecting them, or you are? Or if you're detecting that you're not doing anything about it, then indicating that you are colluding and conniving with these things for it to be transported to a destination in Europe, and you're exposing the country to international embarrassment continuously that will expose the citizenry that every time you present a Liberian passport, they're going to start unnecessary scrutiny, and there'll be a lot of red flag on you as a citizen of Liberia that bears Liberian passport. So this is nothing small, but the guys try to dangle around in this place over and over, shifting blame to some kind of taxi driver. First and foremost, at the VIP lounge, from my understanding, taxi driver, they are not entitled to that particular entry. So how come the taxi driver deliver a $19 million worth of drug, and you want people to really believe that that's the situation? That's not true.
Maybe what I believe is that these things have been going through diplomatic channel. And I think this cargo group of whatever this cargo company is that is doing the shipment, I think they're getting instruction, and they're trying to keep the contract out because the big hands, the one that are sending the thing, and all they have to do is just send it, receive their money and all of that. But they didn't know that this thing was come to an end one day. They were not thinking about the end result, So how to protect yourself now from the end result, because in the public declare already, everybody is making their own assumption about what actually happened. And from that, the people will make their own decision on how things went and what they believe. Because if the government is not giving them progressive report on the investigation that is going on, I mean, that there was no alternative but to think in how they're thinking right now. But it was busting for me to hear on Clarence show this morning. After that information, Clarence is the one that broke that information out about this Labrador woman that was caught up to the in Brussels airport. And was questioned, she said that she came from Liberia. So this is a very, very serious thing, and I have not heard anybody talk about it yet. I'm waiting until tonight, until tomorrow to see whether the security going to pick up that clue from what Clarence said and try to trace it, because there is a hub within the second year. The cartel have set up something here. And if they're going to bust it, I think this one top information that they should actually crave on and see what they can get out of it, you know. But if they keep themselves silent, that means to say they are part of the cartel. And that what I believe. That is why all of those things have not come out yet, Ibi, you know. And I associated this thing here with the cartel with their in Sierra Leone. So maybe
But
the people
obviously, this thing is not done. It's an orchestrated thing. It's not something that is done on a mere individual basis. This thing is well coordinated. It's a cartel that they're finding to these people are finding a route now to use Liberia as that transit point. And, you know, and it is like the Liberian authority, one way or the other, in some dealing at I don't know at what level, until they can bring it to the limelight or stop all the cover, or people will start to assume in so many different ways that they are conniving with these people to bring this harm to the nation. That's all.
Yeah,
but this is not done on an individual basis.
You know, Ibi, you know what turning me off to is that if people try to put this, they try to politicize this whole thing here. Whole job we are time, $100 million worth came. Now the people own is 19 million. And I've been
but here's the thing. Here's the thing with that.
This is what you don't understand. You know, I think Eugene Hammond made it clear. It was a sting operation. The 100 million drug bust was a sting operation. A sting operation is completely different from this particular setting that happened within 19 million. And the Liberian people, you see, these people are gullible. Once they have been put into their mind before they are done with 100 million came in, it's hard to convince the people. We cannot convince the people anymore. And the fact is that
but the problem,
it was the DEA that set up
this
because they heard, they heard that this consignment was coming from South America and was coming into Liberia. So they set up this thing here, which was about $100 million worth of cocaine. So it was not anything that was shipped to Liberia and our authority didn't know. No, it was the DEA that allowed it to come to Liberia because they wanted to find the route and who was sending it to Liberia. So it's two different stories. So just we are $100 million drug bust was done by the DEA, which was a state program. Now, this other one that happened right now is the people exporting out of Liberia. What I'm saying is that Madam Bureau system have been investigated by the DEA, and she has been caught twice for this drug business. I told you this boy who escaped from Europe and went to Sierra Leone and got involved with Madame Bureau's daughter. He convinced probably Madame Bureau's sister, because he knew the man president, he convinced that woman to be part of the cartel. So the cartel is set up already in Sierra Leone. I know that where the kush factory was set up. Remember, they were bringing kush from Sierra Leone to Liberia until the boys in Liberia had to make it, you know. But until then, it was coming from Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone was caught up with a 40 tons of cocaine. The ship was leaving Sierra Leone, 40 tons leaving Sierra Leone, and was caught up by the Spanish Coast Guard. You know, now if you put all of these things into an account, you will know that the whole sector is there in Sierra Leone. So this particular package that is coming to Liberia, those 6 things, it will just come from Sierra Leone. It don't have to come from overseas.
Well, listen, my brother. The point you hold on. The point you're driving home here is a known fact. Those people in the opposite, I mean, in the government and the United Party, they'll continue to advocate here. They'll make it false equivalence on issues. Like you stated, the $100 million drug situation was a sting operation. The people, American government flagged that thing from way South America all the way in route. They say, okay, just wait for it. They bring it here. And immediately that thing got to the free port, immediately it got arrested there. And those that was something, and it took them to court, they got prosecuted. Now, if it never got established, it was never like something that came in the country. And this one you're talking about right now, it was taken to somebody's home, transported from somebody's home to the airport. And up to now, you can't even tell what kind of home this thing was in, as compared to, then you come, during the George Weah, there was $100 million drug granted. But the idea is, what did you do? What immediately it was a let me tell you this: the American government and all the hold on, my brother. The American government was involved with that thing right at the free port of Monrovia. They immediately arrested the drug and everything was apprehended right there, then. But again, these people, because of their political gamesmanship, they will continue to the false equivalent of the thing because they want to it happened under this other person. When it happened to all, you will not complain. That's all they're trying to drive home here. But the narrative are different.
But the problem, and this is why I always ask in the Unity Party, neighbor, welcome, we know you, yeah. And this is why I always ask in the Unity Party people, did you people come to power to change things, or you're keen to continue what George Weah was doing? Because anything that people do when you try to say it happened during George Weah time, like when you listen to the $100 million worth of drugs they're talking about, this is something that the American government tracked. This drug was coming from Brazil. They decided to bring it to Liberia, to pick it up on Liberia, to carry it where they were carrying it. They were using Liberia as a transit point. It was not something that was coming directly to Liberia to say, oh yeah, they're just going to Liberia, that people get it there. And those people were on the alert till they just got to the port and they arrested it. They found it right there. Those people who were involved, they arrested them. You can, like you said, you cannot compare it to this identical drug that they brought to the country. Like we got information, it was parcel, compress you and stay right in Liberia. Who was they were in? Can you compare that to? This is like I was talking to one of my friends this morning from all the way Australia. She was there. Oh, you're shouldn't politicize this and that. So I asked her, you said we shouldn't politicize the drugs issue. But how did you feel yesterday when you were politicizing the issue of drugs? Oh, George Weah administration $100 million drugs came into the country. The drugs that came, it was for Liberia. No, those people were only using Liberia for them to carry their drugs. If you people want to talk about drugs, like I said, the United Party, they are the one that destroyed Liberia with drugs. There are 12 years. Where were you people? 500 million worth of drugs in Liberia under Manaseni of Joseph Boakai administration. So 500 million drugs and 100 million under George Weah. So just take the 400 from there now. Or just take the 100 from there. So okay, they brought 400 million because George Weah. So they under the same United Party administration, we Boakai and Ellie, they arrested Joseph Boakai convoy. Vice President was just in it. What did he say? They can use drugs for recreation purposes. So those people, they were the ones that started bringing drugs in our country since 2005 when they took office. Now they are in power, they continue to do the same thing. But so you try to say, oh, George, we have got $100 million under his administration. So if there was something now, if George Weah and the CDC were stupid enough, they could use the $500 million worth of drugs that keep doing your administration to run campaign with it. But no, you cannot politicize the issue of drugs. I always say this. Donald Trump, they didn't blame Barack Obama for the drugs that were coming in America during campaign time. Okay? Joe Biden, they didn't blame Donald Trump for the drugs that are coming in America during campaign time. No, you cannot politicize the issue of drugs. These people, they are cartel billionaires. They use the air, they use the tunnel, they use the seaport, everything to bring drugs in America here. One much more about Liberia, but you people felt that you wanted to politicize it. The CDC, they did politicize the 500 million worth of drugs that came under the administration of Eddie Ebwaka. No, they were sensitive and sensible enough. We can do this. The issue about drugs, we just need to see how to fight it. But you people were running all around till today. As soon as they told us under we are administration found $100 million worth of drugs, so they had no moral to talk about drugs. So what are you doing different? Because 100 million key under George we are. So you think you bring 19 million. So that comparison you're doing. What is the change? If everything that we're happy in this government, they say a happy dream we are time, that you come to power to continue the bad we are doing, or you keep to being a change. When you ask the cause, Marcos. You see? When you ask the cause, Marcos, this issue about the drugs, I will always say it. We don't need a rocket scientist to come and tell all that government officials are involved in the drugs issue. You and I know there are people today, they are behind bars. Like people are saying, Bucket were arrested with less than $10 US worth of drugs. 2 weeks, they were parading with him. When the drugs become a national security issue in Liberia, that to call the name of people, those names are classified. When do they want to do the drugs based on the Brian McGill alleged rape case, where they had to involve the American embassy, they had to do forensic, they had to do DNA, at the end of the day, Gregory Como gave certificate to go free. So if they want how they want to do the job, at the end of the day, they will bring in DNA and forensic all into the one drugs issue. Like this guy is asking for witness protection. Let's see, let them give him the witness protection or whistleblower protection. Let's see what he's going to say. If they will allow him to speak out. I just fear for his safety. I hope they are going to keep him protected. Then he say why you get to tell the Liberian people, let know the actual cause about the drugs, who brought it in, who has the people they were in, all of these things. Let know the actual story. Let Baka be able to set precedent that he will forever be remembered in the history of Liberia. Under George administration, he did the same thing. One of the officials from the LDA, one of the BCDC supporters, he is dismissing because of just issue. So say anything we are doing, you want to do a set precedent to now. Let's see your own. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. You know, one thing with all of the discussion, especially those of you that are into political party business and keep on shifting blames on who party, who on watch, or whose time and this thing came to, or maybe being or so forth, or how you want to call it. For me, there were the real Liberians, those independent Liberians, those are non-political party members, or who are not affiliated with any political party that are watching. And just said everything. Sometimes when these kind of incidents or this kind of situation come out, instead of us finding solution, finding a way forward, how can we solve this problem? How can this problem be stopped, or how can this problem be resolved once and for all? No, but we'll drag every meaning of that entire problem up to political party level. And at the end of the day, our people out there, they get no understanding. So last night, I listened to the COS of former President Weah, Eugene Nambwe, and he said a lot of things pertaining to that drug issue. But you see, Aliu, there were now the leadership or our people or our leaders, they are not doing work for their own people. When you leave room for speculations that what the government did from the previous stage of the entire drugs issue, no matter how they put it now, the public will not have that trust and believe in the animal, because from the beginning they make the thing to look like it's some kind of a heavy load for somebody, or maybe the president were inside, or maybe the speaker or so forth. So they were trying to find some kind of way for it. So even if you come out tomorrow or to even arrest certain people, like people they won't be happy with that. So like Union Ambassador asked them, oh, when the drugs were coming, the American government called us and they found the information. Yes! Myself, I've been watching a lot of boats that the US government always blasting. They're always going or they're coming to the US with cocaine. They're always blasting the boats. So yes, US is 100% on the elite when it comes to drugs. Every day for Liberia, that's sensitive information. Everything about us is sensitive information to the extent that we pay the NSA 200 plus million into the budget. No here, no there today. But we're waiting for America to tell us what's coming, what are some of these things that are threat to our lives. Only America can always tell us what's coming into our country. But we have huge budget into for the NSA.
For the NSA, but talking even up to now, what has the NSA done in the case? You see, all the money they put into NSA. So if America then track just coming to our country, we will never know. So Labra will just be so without America, Labra will just be used for any other team as criminals. So everything will depend because even the $19 million jobs they're talking about, when you see America, they were able to get intel to them. So why are you putting all the money to NSA budget? Also to this day, nothing NSA had done on the case yet for us to know. Let's say, oh yeah, the NSA were able to do this, the NSA were able to do that, and now we get other people now. The main people like it got into. Why are you people putting all the money into NSA? We are not seeing nothing they are doing. Or the NSA that the government using it as waiting, as susu card or waiting. Come on, man.
So some we're talking about dismantling. I see a lot of people posting. Let dismantle the cartel. You don't know the cartel. You get your own system that you have to even dismantle because I think that you're saying before other people come up quickly, right? I gave you a chance because some of all these things, bent into our heart and want to say this thing out today. You can't be paying for. Then what can we train the police? Give them huge money or benefit and salaries, including the AFL, including the immigration. Why can we train these people? Add more money to the salary instead of us wasting money behind NSA. Yeah, you come from me because sometimes you can be training people who don't know you. So sometimes you can be behind or for the phone. I tell you, for some of us, no need for NSA to be making any kind of use some of money. Because if our security, even the border issue today, we don't even know how that thing happened. Only to see our people want money running up and down.
Hey, man. Your concern is correct. Maybe your concern is correct. NSA is in charge of the subversive move of our country and the deep drug business. They're supposed to be able to be on top of these things here.
Yes.
But what I believe, but what I believe is happening is that NSA is supposed. It is an autonomous bureau. But what happened is that politics have gotten into it, so they cannot function like how we used to function it before. They have turned completely into a political stunt right now that everybody is using. And there's a very serious problem because if NSA has information on the drug, and you have the big people who appointed them or who appointed the director, what would the director say? The man who getting drug. Hey man, bringing drug. So it's a very serious thing. The investigation here, we have to bring in an independent body if we want any good result. We have to get an independent body that will do the investigation because you cannot bring in the people who we suspect are doing things here to do the investigation. And I believe that we have no clue on this thing yet until the international community come up with their own findings, But you see how the brown people dragging it. The international community have information already and they're going ahead. They're going ahead, but they cannot give the Liberian public their findings. You know,
No, they can't do that. They can't do that. So the only thing they can do, they got to give it to your government. Is your government that was supposed to not inform you, give you all of the information that you need, but they will set over the information just because of political. And then you said, Mr. Dishu, you're right. All of our Google system will have here in Liberia, they're all been destroyed because of politics. Even the NMP. We also be changing directors every time a new government can change me. You have new police director. Every time you have new police. For what reason? But just because you want to system.
They are serving the state. They are serving them. You see, this is a serious problem. Police director, NSA director, all the autonomous bureau that for the law enforcement thing, these people are supposed to be an autonomous bureau that that cater to low political influence. You know, they're supposed to carry out the job as professionals. But I mean, there are no more professionalism in Liberia, man. Everything is being run by politics, so we need a serious.
People themselves, they battle all these things. No, no more to OCC, no more to just what this thing will do for your life.
Neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I beg to leave, man. It's a nice show. Be with you guys tomorrow again. Yeah, I've been to the few times, so most of the time will not be ending the show with you. Yeah, well, we'll see you again tomorrow. Okay, thank you.
No problem, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, so like I was saying quickly, because the child trust issue is serious, and our people, they are not joking. They are not joking with this. They want to know exactly how to do. Like, I think either Aliu or Mr. Dishu or maybe Mr. Conan talk about the 100 million worth of drugs. Yes, according to the COL last night, he said, yeah, when the drugs were coming, in fact, when we were leaving from where we're coming from, they were already informed already that yes, the drugs coming. But then one that we're talking about, they already landed here. We don't even know how many of them are landed here already. They have been distributed, everything. But the other parcel, for example, the other people part of drugs that's going to go, now they were leaving. Now, how now we get to know that in fact that drugs in Liberia were leaving? And let me just play the video before Mr. Dishu or maybe Mr. Kone come on from Front Page Africa. This report. Let me just play a quick song and listen to it.
Liberia and Sierra Leone have raised fears that West Africa is becoming an increasingly attractive transit route for international drugs cartels. In 2022, Liberia seized 520 kilograms of cocaine worth an estimated US 100 million. All 4 defendants were acquitted. Hours after the release, they fled the country, sparking outrage and concerns about accountability. On June 8, Liberian security forces intercepted 237.6 kilograms of cocaine worth US 19.2 million at Rabos International Airport. Authorities say the shipment was allegedly destined for Europe through Brussels Airlines. In May, Spanish authorities seized more than 30 tons of cocaine worth over US 954 million from a vessel linked to Sierra Leone. The operation is being described as one of the largest cocaine busts in international history. Investigators believe notorious Dutch fugitive Jos Ledikos, who lays under the protection of the Sierra Leonean presidency, may have played a key role. European officials are reportedly considering sanctions against Sierra Leone, while Liberia faces growing calls to ensure transparent and impartial investigation. Millions in development assistance could be at stake. For Front Page Africa, this is Yawa Jave.
Thank you. Well, Eddie, what say you before go to the line? Right here from
when you had the government that refused to be very clear and authentic to the people, they politicize everything. This is what you get yourself into. But because they felt that it worked for them before, it will work around this time around. Maybe just on Friday or so, you had an information minister appear at the podium again, attacking the previous government, talking about, oh, I had $100 million got trucking in this place before, and all those kind of derogatory things. Who cares about those things like that? But in fact, even that, to even give the real story, they would never do it. Everything they will say, oh, but the other one did it before. Oh, but the other one did it before. What are you doing now to remedy it? That's why the other people got powerful. Because you fabricated those things and you made it Nigerian people to believe that those are true. And they were never true. But again, because you have no control over the seed of whoever bring it, it's incumbent upon you when you come to your country, apprehend it or arrest it or whatever, and then make sure that indeed it's discouraged. But to harbor it and you are transporting it out and you're trying to equivocate, trying to force equivalence, and then you're insulting other people on it every time. You made the entire country to believe that the previous government, all they were doing over there, they were trafficking drugs. That was all they were doing. And today now, you got a situation, and you can't even be clear to tell people, oh, they took it from Johnsonville, from John Brown house, and yes, no. You're covering up everything, and you lying to people. Taxi driver took it to this place, and you put up videos and CC cameras and all the things for people to believe in people. It's troubling.
Well, all right, Mr. Dishu, what say you quickly before going to the line to hear from our people too?
Yeah, what is happening is that the government,
especially the dismantling of the cartel. I don't know what the cartel say. We even shake because if the taxi driver while I don't think the cartel will even shake.
No, nothing gonna happen.
I don't think that we're going to see an end to this particular thing right now because they lied and lied and lied. They're getting too much, you know. Right now, it's hard for them to point finger at the big hands. The biggest hand that they have gotten, you know, Paul King. Now, if Paul is saying and he came on his own and he turned himself in and he won protection from the program that they have there that protect the witnesses and stuff like that. I believe that he has something to say.
That's the whistleblower protection.
The whistleblower set. Yeah, so many things happening there.
This is a very, very serious point that we have reached into this whole particular case because I believe. That's why I've been thinking, from my experience, I believe that the network is between Sierra Leone and Liberia. And I said this 2-3 weeks ago. They should check the network between Sierra Leone and Liberia. Most of our government officials, they are very friendly with the officials there in Sierra Leone. And they're always in and out. You notice that our people all on that side, the Sierra Leone people, even the last Sierra Leone group that came here, was I think they participated in the asset recovery program, you know. So there have always been things, you know, in the interaction between the Sierra Leone movement and the Liberian movement. So with the news that you just heard, Mabel, that particular boy, the Dutch boy who is wanted, he penetrated the whole system and went into Sierra Leone, and that when he got the system there. So if these things are being set up, I believe that they have that particular set up there in Sierra Leone, and they're bringing it right through our border, through the diplomatic channel, bring it to one of the big people houses. Those are in part of the whole cartel, and they have it shipped out of here. Like it's not the first consignment that has been shipped out of here. If that woman was busted and sent in from Liberia,
but I think they said May 22nd, I think May 22nd, about $8 million worth of cocaine also, if I left the country. So we don't know how many worth or how many dollars.
So there's a proof of December also that the woman was caught at the at the Brussels airport here. So there are two right there, plus the other. I mean, so it has been moving. The cartel is very set.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dishu. Let's hear from our people. We'll come back in closing. Maybe you will pass your way. You're closing 0770203125. That's the number this evening to be part of the SKTV show. Good evening to this first caller.
Good evening. Good evening to your panelists. panelist of Sktv-Lib to join you from Police Academy this evening.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Okay, thank you for the show again. I think some of the information you're giving about the drugs boxes, I care. You have been fair to the discourse because to be a very proactive, outstanding media in this modern world, you need to spend money to get some information. And I think the Sktv it's falling short on that. You don't want to spend money to get information.
So which one are they have got the information that you get that you want to spend money on? Tell us.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you now that before.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, which one of the information you have that you want us to spend money on? I'm just asking you, bro.
All of the suspects.
No, which one of the information you have? I'm asking you a simple question. Which one of the information? Hello, chairman. Hello, now wait now. Which one of the information you have you want us to spend money on? I'm asking you.
That's what I want to give you now. But if you interrupt me, I'll give the information now.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So if one of the panelists and abroad, I don't know.
Yeah, my man, you're not going to the question about which one of the information they talk one of the other panelists or bro. My man, you have to stop this kind of behavior, man. You don't want to say anything about media. You say somebody will spend money. You think that we don't pass them spending money. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
This is my car, and I am a member of Concerned Liberians for Justice. You know, that is the frustrating part of the kind of claim that they support the outside. When you are given the information that you can erroneous your way, instead of the same information the government talking about, but we are just giving our critical analysis about it. That's all. Government is sitting here telling you that they are investigating.
So people can pay for information. Thank God that you're saying it so that they can be selling information. No wonder why the NSA, in fact, the CSA board talking about selling documents so that you not get one information out. You just talk to him on the radio. He said that he said we're going to spend money for information.
You are having a particular gentleman that is putting up from episode 1 to episode 5. Taxi carrying drug, but we don't know who owns the taxi. So the question we are asking here that he cannot come here with 100 million drugs.
But the first thing, my brother, even to that person that even share those information, the LDA run to court. It didn't want to run to other RIA and the men that gave all the other information, but they had to go to court. So maybe the man above the government. So that what they mention, you think we don't know what we're doing here? But go ahead, my brother.
We know exactly what is happening, and this is what we are saying today. All the needs that the Justice Minister put up, these are public. We want to be fish. We want to know, because if you have never had the opportunity to export anything out of the country, but you may have received money, then when you go there, they will tell you for the receiver number and the sender. The same way it happened with goods. How do you package drug? You take it at the airport. Then you telling me that nobody need on it that sending it, and nobody need on it that you're receiving it. You're trading with people that were exercising their responsibility as worker in those institutions. Yes, you may use it as to get further information, but for us up to present now to get the name of names of those that send the drugs and those that are receiving it, it raises serious concern. Then you want to come up on a no, not like $100 million.
All right, thank you, my dear. But let me take David King. David, good evening.
Good evening, and let me say good evening to the rest of the panelists. This is David King, the executive member of the Concerned Liberians for Justice. You see, we go the country, I need former in more countries in society. You see, this drug issue, therefore you will not believe that our old people here, they are all discussing it now. In fact, if you are there, there's an old man and he said, I've always forgotten a significant what it is. I'm so forgetting. See, that's what I saw in Canada today. They are Zogos. No guy, the other guy went to school, or he was in a university, he tried because of this drug business. So that old man, yeah. She told me, she said, my 2 children small because of this drug. And we're made to understand that President Weir was the one who was putting the drugs and making our children the sport. I went against the city, but I've always voted for city. But what we're hearing now from Morovia, I mean, it's like it's scary.
All right. Thank you. David came to this call. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm so much calling on
Yeah, go ahead, my dear.
Yeah, no, man, I sure the God I need like more opinion. Yo, the God I need more opinion. But we're not seeing it.
Hey, God.
We want opinion. So far, we're all more than no man. God, we don't know. We want opinion.
Especially with the freezing food, people. I want a group of people to be very careful when in Liberia. All right, thank you. The chicken feed the group of people there. Hello, today's caller. Good evening. All right, thank you. Today's caller. Good evening. Yes, go ahead, my brother.
Thank you very much. I didn't become a channel. I need to see what you really are. I really compare like we were justice. Before I go follow, the NSA will not do nothing. They will not come out anything because they know that those people who are behind the whole thing, when they are exposed, they may they are even also not happy to it. Let me just stop this. This job, actually for what we're getting is of staff of the job that came in like we were just stolen from the phone. I think we can know what our global news on is an airplane came to Liberia.
I think from Mexico. I know they say they came from Mexico.
Just think about it. This job came way back. When they're here, they're taking it from consignment senator to hundred to senator. Until they can send it to the thing to senator, the alarm is blowing. This thing is just way forward. Some of us are thinking about it. But you know what I can say to our president? I can say to Mr. President, be true to your thing. You said you're going to rescue Liberia, and in your rescue package, there was accountability. Be accountable to us. We are not begging for accountability. We are demanding. That is our right on the Constitution. That we demand our government to be accountable to us. Mr. President, tell the real political judge that came into this country and who is involved. Well, as we are hearing that your son Tata is involved, yes, also. As we are hearing that the police director and Honorable Mandela Kofo, that people that need all that know the real facts behind this job. Thank you, Lebo.
Thank you to this caller quickly. Good evening.
Thank you very much. Good evening, Lebo.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Thank you. Lebo, thank you very much. Lebo, I'm Spencer Mohammed, and I come from Down Coast Onyo, Winter Community, a member of Concern Liberian for Justice. Lebo, thank you very much. In my mind, you just stated it all. Because the drug in question today was never arrested at the point of interest. The drug was arrested at the point of ethics. Meaning, the drug came to Liberia, the time it was distributed, in parts of the movement, SDD our country, and they was arrested. In my mind, and according to some of our intel we are getting, the drug is around 500 million worth of drugs that came into this country. That's why they have been distributing it among all of the agencies of the enforcement for them. This one was arrested at the port of SD at Rabo International Airport. This time we want to call on President Bwagai
Thank you, my dear brother. To the last caller quickly, and we'll go to the team. Hello.
How are you, my brother?
I'm okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead, my brother. Okay. Okay, no problem, no problem. Go ahead.
You see, those are the drug pass through the foot. The ship will come, there's a man in New Good Town. He will use a kilo and pay. We got so many entrants. You see, man, I'm not going I want to area there. You have to be very mindful. If we got security, those are the people that area that you really keep watch. Very much.
All right, thank you. I think from my end here, most of our security that we have here, I think they all for politics. Look, these are facts. All of our security system we have here in Liberia, including the NSC, they all for politics and for politicians. This is bad. Look at what our sis is also saying. One of our followers, she's saying, imagine Sierra Leone is smart enough to not use their own airport, but instead use Liberia and put our country at risk. Hey, that's it. Quite recently, I think between my end or some kind of end between Sierra Leone and that Liberia, there was some kind of drugs wahala situation happening along that border. Hey man, train the immigration officer and pay them not less than 300. Train the Liberia National Police and make the police to be forced for good. Not by the time one government comes, then the police tend to unite by the government. CDC government. It's bad. So some of you who call in getting your feeling, take that means we will pay for information. You know how many information I'm going to get them, my brother. But sometimes there's some information we don't put out until the referral authority come out. What kind of man is? By the way, Mr. Dishu, we got to go here. They've been too interesting here. Yeah.
They want to run while I can finish. Too long to finish.
Until you can easily differentiate between the one that is educated and the one that is educated. What's it up with Labio? What? Jesus. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Dishu. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I just following your lead under this whole thing here. The public, the people rather, are gullible. Because we just made it clear on a lie that carried George Weah away from his presidency, and they brought a whole lot of allegations against the last government that they are in power right now, and we see that it was all propaganda. We're at a bad stage at this moment. Liberia stands at a rocket stage with the international community because the Europeans refused for drugs to come from West Africa into the land here. They have been fighting the South Americans for a long time, and they have set out so many type of devices here to help them to curb the thing down. They never thought in their mind that it would be coming from Africa, especially from poor countries like Liberia and Sierra Leone, to come into their country. So this is something that has been set up, and I think that the Liberian government should take different leads in how to investigate this. But like I said, we need an independent body, because if we don't have an independent body, this particular case of this $60 million worth of drugs, we never hear the real inside story of it and how it
And that's the fact, Mr. Dishu, you're right. Because for some of us that will come, we don't play politics with the livelihood of our people, because one of the, as somebody father just said, this the issue of drugs. They don't know pick and choose. They don't know religion. They don't know your tribe. You don't even care about your political party. When you were to damage any of your family member, it will damage them. And when you damage any of your family member, guess what? It will also damage you, because that person will continue to come around the family. Even after they start stealing your things, they will start carrying your name. They will start doing all sorts of things. At the end of the day, the stigma will be on the on the head of the family. That's what we'll come here when we talk about the issue. Remove the political jacket. I'm not stopping you to say, oh yeah, don't go campaign for your political party. It's your right. Everybody have the right to go with or to support any political party of the church. That's democracy. I support democracy 100%. But I don't side with, well, I don't just want to use the kind of warning, but I don't just side with people behavior. Let me just say maybe in the other form. I don't just side with people behavior. Sometimes we got to change. We don't continue to sit down and do the same thing over and over in the name of, oh yes, I'm a unity party, maybe partisan. I'm a sedition. No. See Liberia. See Liberia. All the videos that are training here and that you're talking about intro here. Before you enter here, we get camera. We have cameras here. So I'm just telling you that by right, most of the institutions should be having these things. Security cameras. So security camera is for people. LDA want to quote for those videos, footages, and so forth. How can individual, a private citizen, posting these things and government has no issue? It's okay. They think that government was holding the country hostage for almost few days or maybe a week, telling us that they don't want to maybe have the names out. They don't want to give out any names for now. Maybe they are doing some investigation. How come these names are coming out? People are posting and all kinds of things happening. And you want us to believe that the government is independent and in fact she's working, or maybe she's making sure that maybe we get enough information. She only want to buy sympathies, maybe from international partners that, oh yeah, don't put our people against us. We're wrong. Maybe that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Most definitely. But guess what? You and myself will feel the pinch of any other drug that will be here in Liberia, or maybe that will leave from Liberia. How the drugs enter Liberia? Are we asking ourselves these questions? I mean, these are questions some of us want to know. I mean, that we're asking. How the drugs enter? Like my sister just talking.
Yeah, but neighbor, let's give a common scenario of what could probably be happening.
Maybe you there?
Yes. With the involvement of the civilians.
I want to get my take on these people, the callers, actually.
The relationship that we have, and the business contract that we have that we don't know about. These are the things that have drugs into our country. So I'm telling
you. Look, listen, maybe first day, let me say this. The caller that called talking about some of the information that giving you the arcade and things like that. Now that you got the current information, why are you coming here to listen? That's one. Two, maybe I'll ask you what information you think that we should be talking about. Are you all over the place? But this is a strategy, maybe. It leave those caller brigades and their power, so to speak. They don't want you to even talk about it. They want the drug issue to be buried today. They want you to talk about something different today. So they will come on the platform with the diversionary things and tell you, oh, but why are you talking about this? Why you don't get updated information? How much is he paying here to get updated information? That's one. Two, if you get the information, why can you disseminate it? But because you support a government that is refusing to educate the people and inform them because they know what to do. Look, Mabon, this is a syndicate. Let me tell you this. When the government came to power in the first place, a lot of the people that were coming with goodwill, some of them giving cars, other kind of things from right in the West African region here. You think what they were doing it for? They were doing it so that they could get, look, Mabon, there is nothing like a free lunch. They were doing it so that they could get a leeway to exhibit a lot of the drug trafficking issues. Typical example, there was a guy that gave the port, the airport generator, gave the police vehicles and this and that. Why you couldn't do it at the time the previous government was there, or when the particular party were in opposition? Well, because from my understanding, that guy, I think he's related to the Ghanaian president, whatever it is, there is an issue about him being involved in drug trafficking. So they will always use, they will want to buy the leverage. So is the case with the Sierra Leone situation. They want to buy that leverage. We're not looking at all of those things there. if you have a government that will be depending on their fellow African countries for financial assistance, this and that, what tells you about that? Because the African countries, they are said, struggling financially. They need help. But today, you have those people that are depending on those individuals in the country, that those controversial individuals that have some drug-related allegations against them for time immemorial. They come in your country and say, "Oh, we're coming to give the strategic area to go to the security apparatus," and they say they're doing good there. The man need a return on investment, and that's the problem the country is faced with. So for people to come in with diversionary tactics, it's not going to work here. They think that this story should be buried today and be done with, but it's not going to happen. And when the facts are exposed, that the circumstances are in there, then they try to with a false equivalence. Oh, that's what happened before. Why you did that, buddy? But what are you doing today to curtail it? You have had introduction of so many things. Back then, people used to be talking about Kuja, used to be talking about, now you're talking about cocaine, the high class one that had been packaged and exported out of the country. And somebody here talking about younger informations. But me born again, man. Thanks for the call, man. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you, Brother AB. And let me say thank you, Mr. Dishu. Thank you to all of you, our followers, our viewers. I want to say a wonderful day too. We will be back here on tomorrow by the grace of God with another talking point of so many things that affecting our people. Again, at the end of the day, that thing Liberia, love Liberia, and they're like, I don't know how come they're not in fact running with their own
There are slogan, but they refuse to talk about it. There are own slogan there. Or maybe
you're not running with things love and beauty no more. Why are we not thinking? Why are we not building? So what are destroy the young people?
Because all these flaws, when you hold them by the time it says, oh, the other government did it, where is it? You got a ministry that got a manpower cost. Who did it? Say that they insult people. And you consider it just about you putting their information.
Yeah, the guys that would go and go pay for. Yeah. We don't have any information that we have. That's why we don't keep to ourselves because we don't want to.
Thank you, that strategy will work. They're not working. That strategy is not working. So you gotta change your media.
Since internet, since Facebook, now Facebook are more wild than ever before. Amen. But it don't convince people not to even allow people now.
That's not working. Those lines that are working 2022, they're not working now. Don't forget it.
But you see, Martin Post and my sister said, who really care about these things? You call it security, you call it, I don't know what kind of person you call it, all the people. Who get up on this thing that you call it? We know very well that they can produce drugs. Don't need that you call it. So that just maybe you don't want to monitor the water that my sister saying, or maybe you don't want to give us some distractions, so forth. And I waste of time. At the end of the day, it's almost like
that distraction, maybe that distraction is deliberate.
It's deliberate. I'm gonna good night.
All right, maybe take care, man.
And Sierra Leone have raised fears that West Africa is becoming an increasingly attractive transit route for international drugs cartels. In 2022, Liberia seized 520 kilograms of cocaine worth an estimated US 100 million. All 4 defendants were acquitted. Hours after their release, they fled the country, sparking outrage and concerns about accountability. On June 8, Liberian security forces intercepted 237.6 kilograms of cocaine worth US 19.2 million at Rabos International Airport. Authorities say the shipment was allegedly destined for Europe through Brussels Airlines. In May, Spanish authorities seized more than 30 tons of cocaine worth over US 954 million from a vessel linked to Sierra Leone. The operation is being described as one of the largest cocaine busts in international history. Investigators believe notorious Dutch fugitive Jos Ledikos, who lays on the protection of the Sktv-Lib presidency, may have played a key role. European officials are reportedly considering sanctions against Sktv-Lib, while Liberia faces growing calls to ensure transparent and impartial investigation. Millions in development assistance could be at stake. For Front Page Africa, this is Yawa Jave. Major cocaine seizures in both Liberia and Sktv-Lib have raised fears that West.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The project is giving us here the premise of them. The work with my life without fear.
A lyrical
Master.
Clear bodies who make on you. I can't ask Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my yamo. And yes, I know money. And I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia.